This is going over using the sine rule to calculate unknown angles in non-right angled triangles. Now, before we start, you've got to understand how to label a triangle now, becomes very important. So A, B, C for your corners, capitalized, and then lowercase a, b, c for your sides. It doesn't matter where the A, B, C is, as long as opposite is the same letter. So capital A, lowercase, capital lowercase, capital lowercase. Now there are two versions of the sine rule. A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. And the other one is sine A over A equals sine B over B equals sine C over C. And one's for sides and the other's for angles. Now we're going to be using the angle one today for this one. So I'm going to jump into an example with some steps and guide you through it. So first thing off is you have to label your triangle. So I've got my triangle here. I'm going to start labeling the sides, A, B, C. Now, it doesn't matter, like I said, you customize, that could be B, that could be C, and so on. You could put the label as you want to how you want the question. So lowercase for there, so A, B, C. Now, I've got to decide which rule to use. Now, sine A over A is for angles. What's key, if you're not too sure which one to use, remember it's easier to have an unknown on top. Just make sure you got your unknown on top. So my unknown is going to be sine A here. So I know it's going to be sine A over A equals sine B over B. So I've got that. Now, what you need to do then is substitute in your known values. So what I know, so I don't know sine A, that's going to stay as sine A. Opposite that, I got 5, so it's over 5, equals sine B, so it's sine 80. Over, and then opposite that is 11. So I've got that there. Now, next part, I'm going to multiply that 5 by all of this here. So sine A equals 5 times sine 80 over 11. So you get your calculator and you put that in there. So 5 times sine 80, make sure you close your brackets after the 80, all over 11. Press equals, and you get an answer of 0.447 ... so on. It's important you don't round that number, you keep it, because what you need to now do, we want to work out the angle. So you have to use the inverse function on the calculator for sine. So that means that capital A is going to equal the sine minus 1. And then you put this in there. So 0.447 and so on. So to do that, press shift sine and then the AND button at the bottom. ANS, ANDs. Put that in, that's your answer, hit equals, and then you'll get your angle that you want. So that is 26.6 degrees. All right, so second example to have a look at. I've got my triangle. Let's start off by labeling it. Like I said, it doesn't matter too much which side's which. So that's my A, this will be my B, that will be my C. So that's A, B, C. Now, with this one here, I've got an angle and I've got a side. I've got what I want to find and nothing. Then I've got side and angle here. So what you can do, or what we're going to do here, is find out that angle. And because it's a triangle equals 180, we can then find this there. So start off, write down which formula you're using. So sine A over A, sine B over B. Now I'll get you to repeat writing that just so you remember it sticks in your head, because you don't get given these formulas in the exam. So what we got now, so this is what we're working with. We don't know that sine A, we know that A is 5. This equals sine 60 over 7. Now, similar to the bit above, to solve that, we're going to do 5 multiplied by sine 60 over 7. So sine A equals 5 times sine 60 over 7. So you put that in your calculator, that part. So 5 times sine 60 all over, oh, I forgot to do sine there. Sine 60 all over 7. Close it off and, oh, I've made a mistake. I'm going to start that one again, apologise. 5 times sine 60 all over 7, there, and you get 0.618, and so on. So what you're going to do, A equals inverse sine, this answer there. So you're not pressing anything on your calculator just yet, you're leaving that answer on the screen. So you're going to now do shift, sine, and then hit that answer button at the bottom. Once you've got that, press equals, and you get an answer of 38.2 degrees. Now, back to the question, 38.2 is that angle. We want to find out this there, so you're going to do 180 minus 60 minus 38.2, and that will find out Rx. So 180 minus 60. If you want to be accurate, you could use the answer button again, and you get 81.78. So I'm going to put 81.8 degrees. All right. So 2 for you to give a go here. Like each example above, press pause, give it a go, then I'll go through them. All right, so first one here. So start off, label your triangle first. So A, B, C, that's A, that's B, that's C there. So figure out your rule. So like I said, I'm just making you write it down each time. Sine A over A equals sine B over B. So then we're going to substitute in what we know. So we don't know that, so it's just sine A over 11 equals sine 130 over 21. So that means we've got to do for sine A, that equals 11 times sine 130 over 21. So in the calculator, 11 times sine 130 over 21, press equals, and you get 0.401. And then once you've done that, you don't want to get rid of this answer, and what you can, oh, I made a mistake again, it's 110, not 100. So easy, I'm just going to edit my calculator. So 110, so it's not that, 0.492. I am human and make mistakes. So A equals sine minus 1 over 0, bracket 492. So inverse sine, answer, and you get a solution of 29.5 degrees. All right, and final one here, similar to that second example. So label the sides, A, B, C, A, B, C, the opposites. So once again, you're doing sine A over A equals sine. Now with this one, we've got to find that angle first. So I'll say sine C over C Okay, I'm going to substitute in the values. So I've got sine 130 this time, definitely is, over 13, over sine C, so that, because I don't know, over 10. All right, now it doesn't matter if it's on this side or that side, you're unknown at the top, because you're going to do the same thing. So it's sine C equals 10 times sine 130 over 13 in your calculator. So 10 times sine 130 over 13. So it's 0.589. 589, just writing it really messy now. So it's then the inverse, so C equals sine minus 1, 0.589. So minus 1 in the calculator gets you 36.1. But because that's this angle and we want that one, we do 180 minus these two. I'm not going to write, I'm just going to do it in the calculator, running out of space as well. And it gives you an answer of 13.9 degrees. So that is using the sine rule to find unknown angles.